Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it and I hope that this video finds you well. In today's episode, we're going to be going over my top 10 favorite fragrances for the winter/holiday season, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my top 10 of my favorite winter/holiday season fragrances, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, if you like top 10 videos just like this, but also reviews, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, interviews, and pretty much anything having to do with fragrances, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way, whenever I do put out these videos, they will get delivered straight to your feed. You never need to worry about missing any of my future uploads. Now, I should also mention that there is going to be a giveaway attached to this video, a very special giveaway where I'm going to be picking 4 winners. So this video is being shot in collaboration with SenseAngel.com. They are a fantastic decanting website. I've actually had the opportunity to meet both of the owners, Matt and Sarah, and they are incredibly gracious and down-to-earth people. So the grand prize winner, if you will, is going to win this sample pack that has samples, decants, and pretty much all 10 fragrances that I'm going to be talking about in this list. It is a $160 value, and of course, if you're the winner, it's going to be yours for free, and 3 other winners are going to win a $20 gift card that you can redeem on their website. This way, if there is a fragrance that has been on your radar, you can go ahead and sample it by checking out their website. I should also mention that in order to win this giveaway, I do want you to like Sense Angel on Facebook. I'm going to be leaving their Facebook page down below. And of course, make sure to leave a comment down below on this video. And again, there are multiple chances to enter, or multiple chances to win rather. So do make sure to participate. All you have to do is, after visiting their website, leave a comment down below on this video and let me know what fragrance are you the most eager to sample from the fragrances that I have spoken about in this list. And I should mention that if you are interested in making a purchase from them, you can use the code Redolessence15 for 15% off your entire order. So let's go ahead and get into the list. I'm really excited about this because these are fragrances that I have had my eye or my nose on. And of course, some of these are fragrances that I've had for a few years. Some of them are newcomers to the list. Some of them are 2020 discoveries, but I have worn so much of them, and you will actually see by taking a look at the level of the liquid in the bottle. And I do want to start things off with a fragrance that I don't actually have in my possession right now. It's the only one, and it's Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. There's just something about the mossy sweetness of Baccarat Rouge 540 that always puts me in the mindset of the holiday season, especially if you go with the extrait version. Now, they're both great, and the one that I'm going to include in this list is the original, but the extrait version has that saffron along with the original, however, slightly more amplified. That puts me more in the mindset of a spicy wintertime sort of a fragrance. And again, just to reiterate that first point, a lot of these fragrances have a spice to them. They have a sweetness to them. They have a lot of these ingredients that are evocative of the colder weather, and Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian is definitely a fragrance that puts me in that mindset. Now, coming in at the number 9 spot is a newcomer to this list, and it's boozy, it has a whiskey accord, it has tonka bean, cinnamon, it's spicy, it's vanillic, it's sweet, and it's totally addictive. This one by the company Kilian Paris is called Angel Share. And this is such an awesome fragrance that is part of the Liquors collection. And we have this one, but we also have Roses on Ice, which has this bright, fresh cucumber sort of a smell with a rosy touch, of course. But this one is the one that I would 100% recommend for the colder weather. And here we are. As of the time that I'm shooting this video, we are in the tail end of November and it's quite cold outside. It's been quite windy. And so Angel Share, a fantastic fragrance, coming in at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is a gourmand, and this is the holy grail chocolate fragrance. And so if you're a fan of chocolate fragrances, look or smell no further than Chocolate Greedy by Montal. There's just something about this fragrance. It reminds me of a Ferrero Rocher chocolate. It has that hazelnut sweetness to it. It has that bright yet slightly powdery chocolatey vibe about it, but it smells so delicious. And if you have a sweet tooth, this will 100% satisfy it. Chocolate Greedy by Montal. And I think when we're thinking of the colder weather and the winter time and the festive scents, we are thinking of gourmand fragrances. And sad to say that that's probably the only gourmand on this list. While there are some other fragrances in this list that are gourmand leaning, this is probably the sweetest one that we're gonna find today. The next fragrance that I wanna talk about coming in at the number 7 spot is by Mancera, and it's called Red Tobacco. So this has a dark yet slightly sweet and vanillic tobacco fragrance. And this one has warmth to it, but it also has body to it. And so it's a powerful fragrance. It's very long lasting. And again, in the winter and in the colder weather, you know, the winter season and the holiday festivities, you want to wear something that is enduring. You want to wear something that is going to give you good longevity and something that's going to last a significant amount of time. And so you don't want to slouch in the longevity or projection department. You want something that is enduring, and this fragrance really does that. So awesome fragrance, number 7 on my list. Number 6 on my list is yet another newcomer, and it's by the company Parfum de Marly. And I know that Parfum de Marly has a lot of excellent fragrances, especially a lot that will put you in the mindset of the winter holidays. And I know one of them that is often spoken about and highly praised is Oajan. A lot of people say that apple cinnamon thing kind of puts you in the mindset of like an apple pie, and I totally get that. It has that dessert vibe to it, but I'm going to be enjoying a newcomer because it's a fragrance that I always found to be quite versatile, but this one is a little bit darker with a touch of smoke, and this one is Pegasus Exclusif. And so when you think of Pegasus, you think of vanilla, you think of almond, and that spiciness that's coming from the almond is amplified through that smoke that is found lingering in the base, which is borrowed, I think, from Leighton Exclusif. So they have a very similar base, but I'm thoroughly loving this one. Pegasus Exclusif for this time of the year. This is a no-brainer, one of my favorites from the brand, and it's actually in my top 5, I would say. I love Carlisle, that's my favorite of all time. I do love Herod, and I also really enjoyed the original Pegasus, but this one takes the cake for it. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is one that I discovered this year, and this is a boozy plum. This one by the company BDK is called Wood Jasmine. Now, of course, what I smell is not communicated in the name of the fragrance. There is jasmine in this fragrance, but it's anything but a soft, clean, white floral fragrance. It has darkness, it has depth, it has that balsamic richness, it has that resinous quality, it has the boozy opening, it has that juicy, sweet, ripe plum note that is in here. I couldn't believe my nose or my nostrils when I smelled this for the first time, because I thought this was going to be a very fragile and delicate white floral fragrance, and it's anything but that. And again, you know, there's a theme here, especially with Angel Share, and now we have Wood Jasmine. From an olfactory standpoint, I think they satisfy the same occasions, but Wood Jasmine, one of the brand's best, definitely in my top 3 favorite fragrances from the company. Tabac Rose is another one that I really enjoy and that I've had the opportunity to review recently, but this one is also quite excellent. The next one that I want to talk about is another fragrance that's a little bit on the spicy side. It also contains a note of oud or agarwood, but it has a little bit of saffron in here, thus creating a leathery vibe. And it has a touch of smoke in here as well, but I think it's the spiciness in combination with the sweetness that makes this a great winter holiday sort of a fragrance. And this one by the company Inicio Parfum Privé is called Oud for Greatness. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of reviews on this one already. If you haven't, I know you've read up on it. It's a very popular fragrance from the brand, and I was very blessed and privileged to host the launch event for this fragrance. And you know, I acquired my bottle right around the time when it came out. Awesome fragrance, very satisfied with it. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is one that I purchased many years ago. It was my first love from this brand, and although it's a designer brand, this is their niche line, if you will. And I know it's quite expensive, but of course you can always get a decant or a sample of it at scentsangel.com. But this one by the company Tom Ford is Tobacco Vanille. Now this one, I'm sure I'm running out of it. I am less than halfway full, and I can actually see it's not fully opaque, but this one has that richness. It has that spicy vanilla in the base that I know people talk about ever so often. This is an amazing fragrance. You know, when you think of fragrances that are appropriate for the colder weather this time of the year especially, you're also thinking of fragrances that are rather warm and cozy, and they enshroud you like a nice warm blanket. And this one does that for me, you know? And I do not become anosmic to it. I smell it all day long, and I personally love the endurance that it has on my skin. The next two are tied in many ways because I was deliberating and mulling it over for quite a while. And I think that for the simple fact that I've owned the #1 fragrance longer, I decided to put it in the #1 spot on this list. And if you take a look at how much I've worn of it, you'll understand exactly why I love it so much. But coming in at the #2 spot is by BDK Parfum, and it's called Rouge Smoking. I love this fragrance. I have spoken about this fragrance so much already on my channel, and I am so happy that I acquired this one. It has that cherry introduction. It has a nuance in here that is similar to Tobacco Vanille. It has that spicy dry down, but it also has a little bit of like this cinnamony quality that I would equate to the smell that I get from like a Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf. And so this is kind of like a marriage of all of those elements, those two fragrances with that cherry on top, quite literally in the sense of this one, because I do get a cherry odor from it. And if you can tell, even from a synesthetic standpoint, the color of the liquid is dark red like a cherry. And so really interesting how they managed to do that for Rouge Smoking by BDK Parfum. And I think it's a gorgeous fragrance, definitely gourmand leaning. Do not be afraid. I know a lot of websites online say it's marketed for women. 100% unisex, 100% unisex. And so definitely get your nose on it if you haven't. Definitely one of my best discoveries, if not my best discovery of 2020. And the fragrance that is coming in the #1 spot is a company that I've had a lot of experience with. I'm a huge fan of many of their perfumers. I've had the opportunity to interview David Frossard, who is the creative director of this company. It has a very rich history dating back to the year 1270. That actually happens to be the name of this fragrance, and the company is Frappant, and this one is called 1270. This has dried fruits, it has vanilla, it has booze, it has this gourmand richness. It is warm, it is so seductive and inviting, and it has these sweet elements in here, and it's such an amazing and hypnotic fragrance. I love wearing this one so much, and can you tell? I enjoy this one quite a bit. I have worn so much of it, and here's the true test. If you turn it sideways to create symmetry, this one is about 45% full. I have worn 55% of my 100 ml bottle. That's how much I love this fragrance. Now, it goes without saying that the performance for this one isn't beast mode. It's not going to give you 10+ hours. It's going to give you 6 hours, and given the price and the concentration, I think that's fair and reasonable, but the smell is really what tops it off, and it's the end-all be-all for this fragrance. I absolutely love this one. Again, with the dried fruits, the sweetness, that boozy quality, the warmth is just an amazing fragrance. If you have the time, definitely research it and see if it's to your liking and if it sounds like the type of fragrance that you would be interested in acquiring. But in any case, I really hope that you participate in this giveaway courtesy of scentsangel.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring a giveaway on this channel and giving back to my subscribers. I'm sure they really appreciate it. So again, the first prize winner is going to win that box that is inclusive of all of the fragrances in this list, including the one in the number 10 spot, which is Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. It is a $160 value, and you'll see that there are different sizes of all of the decants that are in there. And so make sure you participate by liking the brand's Facebook page. All of the information is going to be down below. And of course, leave a comment down below with which fragrance in this list sounds the most interesting to you. And of course, definitely make sure to go over to their website, check out their website, and you can also utilize the code Redolessence15 to get you 15% off your entire order. And of course, the other 3 winners are going to get a $20 gift card to SenseAngel.com. So thank you again, Sense Angel, and thank you again at home for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found my picks delightful. I hope some of them resonate with you based off of the way that I described them. And of course, if you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way, whenever I do put out these videos, they will get delivered straight to your feed. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye.